Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm here in Kilmalick Old Cemetery here in County Wexford, and there's some very old headstones in here. I think there's one or two vaults in here as well of a famous man who was involved in the 1798 rebellion, and his name was John Haye. So before we go and see his vault, we'll just take a walk around and see some of these beautiful graves. So this gravesite here is in loving memory of Sarah King, widow of George Ogle King, lieutenant in the Royal Scots Fusiliers, who died the 10th of June 1894, aged 89. Also of Sarah Clifford King, Elizabeth Myers, widow of Arthur Myers, Major in the 22nd Regiment, Cheshire, who died in 1885, aged 75 years old. So it's a beautiful old cemetery here, and as I was saying, we'll visit the final resting place in the vault of John Haye. And he was in the French army, the Irish Brigade, and his brother Edward was in the British Army, a politician. So they're buried in that vault. And John was executed on Wexford Bridge. So this one here we have, it was erected by Matthew Mahan in memory of his wife Mary, who died June the 13th, 1851, aged 50 years old. Also two of her children who died young. So these are the vaults, and this is one of them. We have two altogether here, so we will come back to that and read it. But just along here we have some 1700 ones. And on this one we have the crucifixion here, the scene. And it says, here lied the body of Anastasia, I think, Stafford, who departed this life September 1816, aged 76. And we can just see the lovely detail from the stone cutter here on this grave, and a horse in the background. So it says, here lied the body of Philip Doyle, who departed this life the 2nd of June 1789, aged 80 years old. Also Catherine Doyle. And we can see the stone cutter's name on it there, J. Byrne. And J. Byrne would have done a lot of these around the Wexford area. Another Catherine Doyle just there. So a lot of them there, graves, lovely ones. I have another one just here. Here lied the body of John. It's hard to see that surname there. Who departed this life 1784. Also his wife. So you can just see a sea of headstones in this old cemetery here. And this one is here like the body of Whelan, I think is the name on this, the surname, who departed this life 1794, aged 35 years old. But look at this work on this again. We can see a woman here wearing a dress, and another woman on the other side, and we have the sun. So a lot of these would have the sun, the moon and the stars. This is William Hanrahan, I think, who departed this life in 1795, aged only 18 years old. And we have a Patrick who died in 1796, aged, and you can just see where the stone cutter has left that part out there, strangely enough. You can see the little part that was cut out of it there. So beautiful place, a lot of history here. Look at all that work, and the stone, the faces on it. This is Anne, who's buried here, and she departed this life in 1788, aged 68 years old. So what I'm going to do now is take you over here to the vault of John Haye, who I was mentioning there in the start of the video. And this is John's vault, and it has a covering over it. And you can kind of see in there the door into John's vault. You can see the padlock that's on it, and the steps that go down into the vault. So there's a lot of information on the stone here over the vault. The members of the Haye family from Ballinkeel, so Ballinkeel House wouldn't be too far from here, a very, very elaborate house, and I'll put a photo of that over the video. That's where they lived. So his brother, I think actually Edward, who's interred in St. James's churchyard in Dublin actually. And then we have a Philip, Lieutenant General in the British Army, who died in 1856 and is interred, I think it's Long Heath, is it? In in London, sorry. So there's a cover on it here, the vault. So I don't know if you'd be able to just lift up the little part of it there to have a better look at the door of the vault. Right, so you can actually lift the top part of the vault so we can have a better look. And there's the door over there. We can see the padlock on it. Now whether I can see inside that vault or not, I don't know. I have my flashlight. We'll see what we can do. Right guys, so that is the vault of the Haye family, John. very interesting structure, the way it's made. So let's continue here with some more interesting old headstones. Nice cross on this. You see the Sacred Heart on it, and I can't see an inscription on that. Now this is the other vault that's here, and I'm not sure who's in this, but we'll read it and get an idea. And it's kind of similar to the Haye vault. You have that grill kind of over there that goes down into the entrance. And actually this one here is completely cemented up and closed. And this is the tomb on top of the vault area. So we'll read this. This is Robert Pear, Esquire, deceased the 21st of September 1761, aged 32 years. Husband, affection, a fond husband, a tender father, a good neighbour and sincere friend, it says on it there. So there it is, the vault. Interesting to see all these. And I think the oldest headstone in here is 1718, I think, a Dennis Keogh. So hopefully we'll come across that. But here we have the body of Miles Keogh, who departed this life June the 2nd, 1802, aged 39, and his wife Mary. So there we have the sun and the moon on it, the crucifixion scene. We have one on the ground here, the body of Thomas Murphy, who departed this life in 1777. Let's see this. Wow, look at this, guys. Thomas Murphy, who died in 1777 at the ripe old age of 100. Also John Murphy, who died in 1791, age 62. So Thomas lived to be 100 years old, and he died in 1777. What is the odds of that? 1777, when you have all those sicknesses back then and people died very, very young. So he was 100. So I'll just move up around this part. We've another really nice one here as well. And here lied the body of John Doyle, who departed this life in 1790, aged 21 years old. And there's a woman on it there, look at that. Super detail. We have some angels.
Angel of death, maybe?
The angels either side looking up at Jesus on the cross. The guardian angels have mercy on his soul, it says on it. And it looks like that could be, would that be a soldier,
yeah.
maybe?
Look at his long coat.
His long coat on him, yeah.
The detail there, look, the wings.
The wings and the angel and
Amazing.
stuff. So they are trying to protect some of the headstones as well, as we can see on this, to try to put it back together as best they could on that. And they're similar kind of ones, the crucifixion scene as well, and we get a date on this. It's 1797. Here lies the body of Mary Breen, who departed this life June the 9th, 1797, and she was 54, I think, years old. Amazing. Old graves. So I'm going to see, can I find maybe that 1718 one? Might be a bit of a task, but we'll see what we can do. So I just found this one here as well. It's really, really interesting because if we look at it here, it's hard to make out some of it, but we see the crucifixion scene here on the cross. But just over here we have what looks like a soldier maybe on a horse. Look at that. You can see the head there of the horse as well.
Wow.
And it's all faded away here. But we'll get a name. Here lies the body of James Handley, I think, who departed this life the 5th of February 1770, aged 53 years old. So 1700s grave.
Look, there's even one here.
With all the detail on it.
Worn away. Soldier here.
It's a soldier worn on it, yeah.
Wow.
Weather worn, I suppose,
That's an amazing
is what you'd
picture.
expect, I suppose, from the 1700s.
Amazing.
So we have another beautiful headstone here. And it's the grave of James Fitzgerald, who departed this life the 24th of April 1780, aged 74. We have a Catherine, I think, Fitzgerald, November the 6th, and you can see there the stone cutter, what he's done again. He's chiselled out that part and he's put in the 1777. So maybe there was a mistake made with the year and he had to redo that part there. And she was 61. But up here you have another scene. It's like somebody with their arms out wide, or somebody following that person there. And then you have Jesus on the cross. So these are remarkable, these headstones. Early 1700s, and they're really works of art, all these. And it's great that people are protecting these, and the graveyard, or cemetery I should say, is really, really well maintained here. This is James Dial. It was erected, was it? This stone was erected by James Dial in memory of his mother Mary, who departed this life 1803, I think, aged 37 years old. May the Lord have mercy on her soul.
Mary and Mary Magdalene, I think.
Yeah. Lots of more detail on that. This one is here, like the body of Garrett Roach, who departed this life May the 6th, 1783, aged 59. Moses Murphy, who departed this life in 1821, aged 68. So it's very serene, this place here, beautiful to walk around here and share these beautiful graves and history with all you people. Here we have the body of Edward Kavanagh, who departed this life the 16th of April 1750, aged 60. So here we have buried here Hannah Leary, and she departed this life January the 21st. And I don't know if you can see that, 1783, age 66. But she has some more beautiful carving here of the angel and the wings. And the same on the other side there, you can see the angel. So lots and lots of old graves here in this old cemetery. And that very interesting vault of John Haye entombed inside his vault, and he was executed. And back in 1798, when you were executed on Wexford Bridge, they would cut your head off and your body would be thrown into the river, and your followers would have to retrieve your body afterwards and be brought here then to be interred. Very, very tough times back then. Vinegar Hill, 1798. The British fighting against the pikemen, as they were known. And this is Matthew Boggin, who departed this life February the 17th, 1800, aged 33. This one is very clear here to read. This was erected by John Keogh, Ballymurn, in memory of his father Martin, who died the 29th of December 1884, aged 79. Also his daughter Katie, who died the 6th of June 1894, aged only 5 years old. Also the said John, who died the 18th of February 1897, I think, age 47. So very sad to see the name there, little Katie, who died in 1894, and she was only 5 years old. So when you think about it, I suppose we had a man over there, the grave we read earlier, in the 1700s. He lived to be 100 years old. And there we have little Katie, who died only 5 years old in the 1800s. So sad, the young ones. And back then there would have been a lot of sickness like cholera. So I think I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. This beautiful old cemetery today, and thank you for coming along and walking with me. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. And I just want to mention, while I'm here as well on the video, we've had an issue with TikTok recently about people using content that I really work hard to make and travel a lot. And Blaze Gordon is one of these people on TikTok. So if you come across a channel on TikTok called Blaze Gordon, or any famous like celebrity graves or stuff like that accounts, please report them. Report the videos. They're stealing content from creators who work tirelessly to make these videos, and they're gaining profit from our hard work. So shame on TikTok actually as well for letting that happen. It shouldn't happen. So I just wanted to mention that on the video, guys, as well. So I am going to leave it at that, and thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all on the next adventure.